Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. We're live back in the flesh, live and direct in effect. You already know what time it is. New one for them as well on the sly. You didn't even notice. We're saying Champions League final. Before all of that, make sure you're subscribing to everything. New season coming up, studio coming back. We're doing this properly this time. We've been too kind. We've let other people try and catch up,
bruv.
and they haven't caught up. You've seen us at a bummiest. Now we go back to the glow up. The lights, camera, actions coming back. The theatre of dreams, the real theatre of dreams. None of this OT rubbish with Oli and that. But anyway, man, let's get into it. Champions League final, Bayern Munich, first treble including the Champions League. Well, it's only their second one ever, isn't it? It's their first one in a while. Where to start, man? Where to start?
Get the ball rolling, fam.
Where to start?
What do you think? What do you think of the game?
Game was, I liked it. A lot of quality in the pitch. I liked the game. Yeah, it wasn't like last year's game. It wasn't like you lot's game. That was finished after like 1 minute. Like this was
any chance to get a cheap dig?
It was a cagey affair, but there was still football played in it. There was still football played, and I think in terms of both teams, there was only one position on the pitch where I thought, you know what, this person's not up to the game, or this person's a liability. And that was, of course, the PSG right back. Apart from that, I don't think there was unequal battles on anywhere of the pitch. Alaba probably won't get praise a lot, but he did well during the game. Like, he popped up a lot. Obviously, Neuer as well restored the feeling. Like I was saying last week, that they're getting ready to decommission him. But when you put performances like that, there's...
Decommission who?
I was saying Neuer, because obviously they signed the keeper in it, and Neuer wasn't supposed to be playing this year.
Mm-hmm. But I heard all the
especially after he's had all the injuries as well. There you go. With Stegen coming through.
Yeah,
they try to rub him out. He said, "Nah."
I said my Budweiser.
Oh, he had to remind him.
I said, "Hold my butt first, fam."
I said, hold my Budweiser.
Yeah. On a quick one, but it just goes to show you, man, quality. Neuer's, like you guys were saying in the group, that's a generational goalkeeper. He steps up. You look at your players across the pitch. That's for me,
enough, bro. How he's a generational goalkeeper. Man.
No, I don't think it needs to be. I think people just understand in terms of goalkeepers. All of the goalkeepers now, like that's their dad. Like before him, who was doing the distribution?
The modern day goalkeeping.
Yeah, it was.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'll give Victor Valdez his credit when he come true with Pep. He was kind of the prototype, but Neuer solidified how to do that sweeper
sweeper keeper
at the highest level, and he's been winning doing it.
Yeah,
he's the only keeper that I can use the word generational for. Like
other
keepers are the standard keepers who are just world class, but
great or world class,
like a game changing goal.
Yeah, and 100%. Just again the saves today, like with his foot, like everything's just like, let me just leave my foot here. That stuff that is
Bro, I'll even give him credit for that. The second one was it where Mbappe was offside.
Yeah, he still saved it.
Be able to pull that save, bro. That is big, man. Like.
Yeah,
fair play to him, man.
But for me, even on that, for every great performance, you have to highlight performances which you thought were gonna be great and didn't live up to the occasion. And you just mentioned Mbappe. That's one where
the meat and potatoes.
That is. I don't know if there's anyone else you want to praise. Kimmich again. Hansi Flick as well deserves all credit.
Bro, that's the guy I was gonna say. Let's big up, bro. Because last week I mentioned like. For me, I think what he's done since coming in November, everyone kind of just thought, do you know what, caretaker manager? But he's left his imprint on this team. And the way he's got every man playing up to a level, like, what did they say? He took over from a 5-0 team that was losing 5-0 to Frankfurt to what? Treble winners.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
even that Frankfurt thing as well, like, Kovac used to manage them in it. So the morale in the room from that must
double
have been
egg on his face.
Yeah.
Double egg on his face. And you look at kind of how they've dominated every team they've played. Like PSG had the kind of easier route. So in a sense, you could say maybe they should have put the 4 5s and 6s up. But that was Bayern Munich doing that. And bro,
they're the first team to win every single game, right?
You look at Lewandowski's putting up Ronaldo and Messi numbers we said last week. Like Gnabry's doing absolute madnesses. He's a world-class player at the minute in my eyes. Davis, you look at it, he's gone from some Canadian unknown kid that they signed to
that Palace wanted to sign, this season, Crystal Palace wanted to sign him. That's crazy.
Bro, you got to give this man his credit. He's easy brought out these players. And even to an extent, how Sule got injured and then Boateng, he's seen like a little revival as well, even though he got injured early on today. But bro, and the decision to Perisic after the 2 knockout games where he balled out. We were saying peri-peri sauce and all this But then you see Coman come in, and he was the difference maker today. So you got to give Flick his credit, man. He's done an incredible job at Bayern.
He just seems to understand it. For me, it gives me it reminds me a bit of, you know, when Pep took over, Guardiola took over Bayern, and Henkes had just won Champions League. And it was like that team, they didn't expect him to go and do all of that in his final year. And it was like, oh, right, he's done it.
Bro, it's very similar to that, with the Henkes year.
It reminds me a lot of that year when they just went on and did everything, because again, you had your old guards doing stuff.
Who was there just before Henkes who was kind of semi-fucking up, I remember? Because I remember they got tired at LVG, and then Henkes just came in and just swept it away.
And then
he's kind of come in and done the same thing, but literally, that's the praises me I want to say. But as you were saying, let's get to the meat and potatoes, to the man who ain't turned up.
Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe.
They're killing him.
Oh, it was Willy Sagnol. It was Willy Sagnol that was there before him.
Who? Willy Sagnol, what? On some temp manager shit, innit?
Yeah. After Ancelotti.
Oof, yeah, you see, it was Ancelotti. Yeah, that
actually, no, I'm bugging. That was
Ancelotti.
I'm bugging because before that was the second time. That was the second time when he came back again. So that means that the first time it was Andres Jonker. It was LVG, Jonker, then Henkes, then Guardiola, and then he came back again.
They tried to restore with that Jonker.
Real talk. But Mbappe, they're saying that he put up an Henry fan performance still. That's what they're saying. Which is they put Henry.
Henry.
That's what they're saying.
I saw that. I was like, yo, these men are taking a piss, bro. They forget he scored in the World Cup final now.
That's what they're saying.
Listen, man. Like he didn't have the greatest games, but for me, I don't think anybody in that PSG turned up for me. And I think that was going to be the difference. It was a quality game. I think one thing you said was this game was kind of exciting for me. I think having watched the Europa League midweek, that was 2-2 in the first 35 minutes. I think, we might be in store for something else. But I think for me, PSG, at no point did they look like they was in control. At no point did they look kind of even.
I don't know, you know. First half,
I'll be real with you. We saw breakthroughs and small little breakaway chances, but there was no point where you saw patterns of play from PSG for me, leading to chances, if that makes sense. So for me, I thought PSG from their end, was so poor. I think every single player on that team.
I think that's patchy, a bit harsh. I can't lie.
I think their performance was patchy. I don't think they were poor. I mean, there was parts of the game where Paredes, when he was finding his range, was getting Mbappe through.
And did you see him second half when he came out?
Second half, he disappeared. But first half, I kind of feel like they were warming. I wouldn't say they controlled the game, but they were definitely on the front foot and kind of experimenting and trying to feed their way through and causing some sort of problem.
I think it was more of a case of Bayern hadn't really found their groove. Bayern were kind of thinking, do you know what, they're going to be wary on the counter type thing. And that did happen where PSG broke through with that Neymar chance. But for me, I think PSG, the PSG we'd seen in the semi-finals, the quarterfinals, and throughout the league, I don't think we saw that at any point today. And people will pinpoint, of course, because they are the two big names, Neymar and Mbappe. But I think overall as a team, from top to bottom, they weren't there today.
I can't lie. For me, I think it's a bit harsh. I think in the first half, I think PSG started off the better team. They were playing well. They had a chance through Neymar, good save by Neuer, and then you had the situation where Bayern, they had their opportunities in it. They had their chances. They should have finished their chances as well. But good saves, and obviously they hit the post. But I thought, like, control-wise, I thought they were doing well. In the beginning, Bayern were knocking it about with no real, penetration. But then they started doing well, I think, PSG. Then, obviously, Mbappe was that in the first or second half that Mbappe had that chance? Was it the second?
In the first.
Whenever Mbappe had that clear-cut chance, that was the chance of the game. That was a chance where Mbappe had to finish that. And the fact that he didn't finish that was when I was like, this game's going to go the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because
you said something in the group chat, but which it kind of did happen. You said that this game is set up for a scrappy Thomas Müller winner. And then even if you think of the header that Coman scored, it wasn't at the most cleanest goal ever. Like the ball was fantastic.
I hate when these games that have all these superstars on the pitch are solved by just that little guy in the corner. I hate it. I hate it so much. In 10 years' time, I'm going to be asking, yo, who scored again in that game? Oh, yeah, it was Coman.
You say you're not feeling the Coman revenge tour?
Nah, there's no...
Oh, come on. By the way, I called that before the game.
Hey, fair play to you,
Somebody came with a narrative like, oh, it was his boyhood club, injuries and all his career. I'm thinking, yo, sorry, I'm not interested in that narrative, mate.
Bro, they try to Nelka him. They try to sun him off and say, yo, we don't want to let you break through.
The narratives that were interesting were the Neymar, Mbappe, Lewandowski, Muller. Like, you wanted it to be won by one of them guys.
Yeah.
But fair play to him, because to be honest, in a match of all these superstars, he was probably the best, arguably the best player. For me, he wasn't the best player, but he was one of the best players.
One of the best.
However, we have to highlight that comes from what I was speaking about earlier, that in terms of, if you look at the two teams, the one position and one player on the pitch who I thought, you know what, you're not up for it today, you're not of the quality of playing this game, was the PSG right back.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be playing it.
He's not a right back, first of all.
Yeah, well, highlight that. We need to stop seeing that in world football. Centre backs playing right back. We need to stop seeing that in world football.
When I look at him, bro, he looks like somebody that I'll see in Box Park, bro. I'm not even lying. I'm looking at it like, you don't even look like a pro, fam.
Hey, someone said why
him order a Copperberg.
I said all the gear, no idea, bro. He had the wristbands, the tattoos, he had everything.
I said, you see him at recess and that.
Bro, literally, I tweeted it so early in the game. I was like, yo, Lopetegui for me is not a player that should be playing in the Champions League final, starting against. And I know that people thought maybe Coman or whatever, but nah. I knew Coman would eat him up alive.
But is that something then that you look at the manager? Because if we're being consistent, if it was Jose Mourinho, if it was
Guardiola,
Lampard, would be saying, why did they change in-game management? What's the word to say in-game management?
Yeah, and on that, the substitution that happened, it was, I'm going to butcher his name, Kurzweil that came on. He didn't. It wasn't a like for like where it's like, you know what, this guy's stinking. Let me just get another fullback out there. He kept him out there. So again, it's a fair point. In-game management, you have to question.
The fact that Verratti did not start for me, I'm sorry. Like, I know Paredes did well when he came on last game or whatever.
Match fitness, bro. Apparently, he's not up for it.
I'm sorry, but last summer, am I not right in saying everyone was like, "Yo, Kane winks, yeah, throw him in," and you saw what happened. Hey, listen. I know, but I'm just saying, if in a final game like that, I think you play your best players, and especially if you're up against a team like Bayern, who, considering they were the favourites going in, I think Tuchel for me. I mean, did you see the videos before the game? How they both celebrated getting to the final. Yeah, I knew coming in. PSG were kind of the mentality. They were just kind of grateful to be there.
But the thing is,
the boys were feeling themselves with the speakers before the game.
I don't know, man.
You can't look into it too much.
I think if it goes right, we'll say they were so relaxed and calm, and if it goes wrong, we'll say they were distracted. I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think any of that really.
I'm not saying they were too relaxed or anything like that. Don't get it twisted.
You're just saying mentality in terms of Bayern Munich. When they spoke about Chelsea,
done that.
But even when they spoke about Chelsea, it's like, you listen, we're going here to, for lack of a better term, we're going here to kill guys.
We're
going to smash your boys.
Muller said it,
and we're going home. But on the point you mentioned, look at Boateng though. Again, that was one where it's like he's not fully fit.
But they said, yo, we know he's been our best player.
But what happened, bro? What happened? First half, he gets injured, and you've got what you have to remember is, I hear what you're saying in terms of the comparison to last year. But this is a PSG team where, if we're going to be real, they've not played a lot. They've had a few warm-up games here and there.
Match fitness,
literally match fitness, and the amount of games played in a short time. I feel like the variety thing, it would have been a big risk, especially in that sort of game with the amount of.
I'll give you another one.
Look at the dog work that Herrera was doing.
No, fair play. I'll even give you another one. The Angel Di Maria coming off. I'm sorry, but a player of that caliber for me, time and time again, who's shown in the big games he can do something, I wouldn't have brought him off. And I know Choupo-Moting got the nice goal or whatever that got them through there, but nah, I don't think Choupo-Moting is still that guy who's going to come in on the Champions League final and make the difference. Like, when I saw that was their
Icardi's better than Choupo-Moting.
Bro, did he come on?
He's better. No, he didn't. It was Choupo-Moting that came on.
So you've got to look at the manager again. So for me, I don't know, man. Tuchel, I've always said, for me, he's a bit of a reball Klopp, and boy, today he showed it.
You know what it is, though? Like, for me, I'm telling you now, like, I'm not even to disrespect no clubs or nothing, but when it comes to sometimes just the badge that you're wearing, the history of the club, things start to repeat.
Carry you through
this is football.
What your people done before you, yeah, bro, it starts to affect, bro. Like, because once PSG missed them chances, it's like they started thinking, oh, we're gonna bottle it again.
We're losers.
Yeah, like second half, they weren't the same team. Obviously, clearly in the first, in the dressing room, they were probably all in their heads thinking, oh shit. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes that happens, bro. You can say that with loads of clubs, like not even to disrespect Spurs or nothing.
I knew it was coming.
Bro, no, I'm not even gonna tell you guys.
No, God. Hey.
As good as your squad is, sometimes it's just like getting over that hurdle is hard, fam. And
it's a mental one as well. That's the worst bit.
Neymar might not. If Neymar wasn't even involved in any of these bottling games and stuff, but it's like it affects.
100, bro. You could see in the end, he was still trying to do his Neymar magic, but it just was not.
It wasn't working,
and the frustration was so visible. And I was like, bro, these are the kind of mental hurdles where sometimes at Barcelona he might have looked around and said, "Yo, I've got Messi, I've got Suarez, I've got Iniesta, I've got these guys I can rely on." If things ain't clicking at PSG, it's like if him or Mbappe ain't clicking, good luck, good luck type of thing. And that's what I mean. Like PSG more than
he didn't come on. That's what I said. Choupo-Moting came on, but Icardi didn't come on.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. PSG as a team more than ever needed to rise and show their individual stripes. And for me, that was nowhere to be seen. And I know all the blame is going to be laid on Neymar and Mbappe. I'm saying don't do that. Don't kill them because they've still got time for me to, over the next year or two, if they can really strengthen this PSG team, to come back again. But boy,
we're highlighting
the way I see it. Listen, in a game like that, you needed obviously PSG. We all know when we're going into the game, everyone knows Bayern and Munich are the best team in the world. But the only reason we were giving them a slight chance, PSG, was because they had Neymar and Mbappe. If Neymar and Mbappe are not going to finish their chances like they did in the first half, you've got no chance. Do you know what I mean? You've got no chance at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, the best team in the world, in my opinion, won. And you just got to sometimes take on a chin. Neymar, he could have played better. Mbappe, second half, he's like, he didn't even want the ball. He was just standing away from the game. You know what I mean? So the thing is...
You know, I think though, PSG were almost playing too counter-attacking as well throughout the game.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, oh, Neymar.
Fleck did manage the game well for me, man.
Mbappe is 21 years old, World Cup winner. This is just the start of his career. I'm seeing people trying to use corn him, and this is the start of his career, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's a start. He's going to be in about 3-4 probably more Champions League finals. He's going to go and play for Barcelona. He's going to, I mean, like, it's just, I don't see why people are wasting that breath. If anything, all these other young players that are around his age are going to be watching this. They should be asking themselves, are we even going to be good enough to ever play at this level, let alone people?
At least he's experienced this now, so next time it comes around, he's ready for it, bro.
This is it.
But for me, I think that was almost PSG's downfall, was the fact that they had them too, because they almost seemed like, do you know what? We're going to sit back, counter Bayern Munich's big red machine, as long as we've got the counter-attacking long ball to Neymar and Mbappe. And you saw it a few times. It worked. But for me, they were just too reliant on that. And when you get to them levels, what just happened?
What?
Overtime. Hey, listen. This son bringing up NBA during Champions League final talk. What's wrong with you?
What did you want to do? But what I wanted to say on the whole PSG thing is, what we're highlighting is this is a mega team, right, with all of their money, but they're still reliant on two players. I remember when we had a conversation a while ago, we were saying whose takeover was better, Chelsea's or City's. And in those both those teams, when they cash flowed their teams, there was quality all over the pitch and all over the bench. So he wasn't reliant on one saviour, one person to deliver it. Yeah, no, Drogba did all the big stuff in the finals, but you had players all over the pitch that performed and were your big game players. And that's what PSG needs to look at now. It just can't be a thing where, you know what, yeah, we've got loads of money, but we're relying on our two biggest signings. Nah.
Bro, like,
you look at... Is Julia Jackson coming on enough? No. Is it Cardi enough?
Let me tell you something about Julian Draxler. That brother is the biggest fraud. He is the biggest fraud of the bro. Only people that still rate Draxler play too much Ultimate Team, play too much FIFA.
Facts.
That guy, that generation of Germans, him, Gotze, Roy, they're whack generation. Let's forget that gen. The new gen is Kimmich, Sane, Gnabry. That's a real gen. Yeah. That's a real gen. That gen was a fraud gen. That was carried by Schweinsteiger and them and there. You know what I mean? This is the new gen. And just to touch on Kimmich, right? Because we're talking about all these players. You see Kimmich, bro, he is going to be a certified German legend, bro. He is. You know what, bro? Like, you know, there's some people that like, fam,
they just understand football.
He doesn't do no skills, he doesn't do nothing. That guy can play, other than he can probably play in goal. He can probably play in goal. That's how versatile.
I don't doubt it.
That's how he can play every single position on the pitch, it looks like. Obviously, I haven't seen him play striker, but you know what I'm trying to say. The guy,
100%, bro. He's top 5.
He's functional, man.
At defensive mid, like centre mid. For me, he's one of the best in so many positions and so comfortable doing everything. Defending, delivery, like attacking, creating. It don't matter. This man is the complete footballer, bruv. Like and I think one thing you said in the group chat, like that I think maybe is going to end up being a discussion is Kim. We always thought Kimmich was almost like the prototype or second version of Lahm, but is he actually going to surpass him? You said, and that's I think a topic of discussion to maybe have.
Look, people are gonna say, "Oh, you know, you're trying to do clicks and all this rubbish." Yeah, it's not about that. Now, what I'm saying is, Lahm for what Lahm has, right? Lahm consistency, obviously, and accolades, and obviously one with his country.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about better footballers, for me, Kimmich is the better footballer already in terms of what he can do: right back, left back, centre mid, defensive mid, every single position on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
For me, he's the better footballer. But to become the greater player,
yes, to fulfill everything else.
Bro, but then
he can go.
There's time. There's time.
He can go and break his leg. He's a rubbish player for the rest of his career. But it's not about that. But what I'm saying is, to become a better player, obviously he's got to be more consistent, or get consistency, and probably win with his country. Bro,
he was part of the 2014 squad when they won it.
Was he? No.
Was he not part of it?
I don't think so. I don't know. But in my opinion,
he moved to Bayern after that year, didn't he?
Yeah.
If you're talking about footballers, for me, he's a better footballer, but it takes a lot for you to be a greater player. You could be a better footballer than lots of people, but it takes.
That doesn't mean you'll be a great player. You're right.
I think he's almost like the evolution of what Lahm was. Lahm was almost like the first version, and he's almost like that next level.
Download. He's downloaded a few things.
You know them ones, that iPhone update thing.
Little talk.
Good example, right? Oliver Kahn. When Neuer came
and
was doing his thing in 2013, are you trying to tell me you couldn't say Neuer is better than Kahn and he's going to become great?
No, you could, because you can see it.
Like, no more. No, Neuer's one of the GOATs now. Yeah, I'm trying to say, and that's how I see it. Lahm and Kimmich. I'm looking at Kimmich like, yo, this guy's going to be better than that guy. That's how I see it. Because for me,
listen, I hear it.
He's.
I don't think you can dispute. And one of the great things that Kimmich has is, of course, he went to right back this season because Pava got injured. But if Thiago does leave, like everyone's been saying, he goes back into centre mid with a lovely centre mid partner. And
the assist today, it's just normal.
It's normal for him. It's normal for him.
Listen, remember, we were checking the stats about Trent, about like top assisting right back and stuff, and Kimmich was there.
Kimmich was always there, always.
But what you have to remember with that though is because remember, I think it was based on this season, but like he played midfield a bit this season. But even so, he's got 15 assists.
He did next to Goretzka. He did for large chunks.
But he's got 15 assists this season, and that's again, it's a player where it's not about the glitz and glamour. No, last season he got a few assists, but again it was bit and buff. But with him, it's not the glitz and glamour. It's not the Hercules performances. He's just so functional, and he does it. And again, that's very similar to Thiago today. Like the definition of the beautiful game: move the ball along, like anticipation of what. I don't think
you
ready to die on that.
Listen, bro. Listen. Everyone will talk about all these other names and all these other guys.
Kevin De Bruyne.
You can say Kevin De Bruyne, but I just seen this guy drop masterclasses after masterclass.
I agree.
Highest level.
What a player.
For me, right now, he's the best midfielder in the world. People can say Kevin De Bruyne and stuff. I'm sorry, one guy's lifting the Champions League, the other one's lifting the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna say that. You know, I mean, he's different level, and if Liverpool get him, Premier League, be aware.
Bro, I said it. If Liverpool get him, they're going on a like back-to-back thing. Easy. I said there's no stopping them.
What are you guys' thoughts on Neymar there? So the key thing is football is such a tense, techie game because if Neymar wins today, There's no Ballon d'Or this year anyway. I think Lewandowski would have got that. But it's different conversation, right? He's vindicated for doing what he's done. He's won it without Messi, all of this stuff. Obviously, that's not happened, and people are going to have the conversation about, oh, yeah, he's gone to PSG. It's still not worked out. His head is always going to be in that situation where it comes into someone, transfer rumors come up. What do you guys think of his situation right now?
There should be no thoughts of transfers, to be honest. He should be almost trying to recruit. And I'll be honest with you. What, instead of Messi dragging him to Barca, why not try and drag Messi to PSG and tell him, yo, come finish this thing with me? Like, I don't see Neymar, in all honesty, leaving PSG. Like, right now, you've made your bed, lie in it. That's what it is for me. It's like, ride this thing with Mbappe, you could see the chairman was all hugging him up afterwards, praying that he doesn't put in the transfer request or something like that. Boy, don't put in that transfer request, but put pressure on him and say, listen, get me a proper fucking right back because that ain't working. I think Thiago Silva, they ain't really got to worry about much because they got Marquinhos. But then you lose Marquinhos in midfield, what happens there? Like, is it going to be a Herrera thing where you slot him in there? I don't know. Herrera had a good game today, but is he the permanent long-term solution there? Like,
of course not.
Outside of Mbappe, Neymar, there's still big question marks around that PSG.
Do you know what you're alluding to? This year, right, is no FFP year, right? We know that they're going to win the French league and whatever. But if you've got to the semi-final with this sort of team, you better make sure that you're going to this. If you got to the final this sort of team, you got to make sure you're going to the final again.
But one thing though, everybody's overlooking, is PSG's easy run to this fucking final. They had RB Leipzig, who were in their first ever semis. They had Atalanta, who were in their first ever European campaign, and then Dortmund was it? Who? Let's be honest. After the second half, when the season restarted, from January onwards, they were just
Bayern's run.
Huh?
How tough was Bayern's run?
Who did they play in the semis?
Chelsea, Barcelona, which we all mourn in Barcelona how bad they are. Let's not act now because
but guess what? Barcelona showed the golfing class in every single one of those games. They told you that we're up here, you're down here. PSG didn't do the same. I'm just saying.
Bayern. You said Barcelona.
Bayern. Sorry, Bayern. Bayern showed the levels that, listen, every team they came up against, Chelsea, Barcelona, whatever, even though we're saying they're dead. I don't know.
Fuad, let's make it easy. They won every single game. Did they not win every single game?
They won every. I think that's the first time that's been ever done.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I don't think anyone really said PSG are a great.
There we go. Cam with his weekly technical difficulties. It just wouldn't be a stoppage time episode of Height, would it?
For real. But
do you want to finish off what you were saying?
I was saying that it's just crazy, man, because I think his head, he has this every year where his head sort of pivots and he thinks,
swivels a little bit.
Where do I go? And he's 28 now, right? So, like, if he was to make a move, that next move is probably going to be 3-4 years. So, does he try again with PSG? Does he make?
He's 28.
Yeah, he's 28, bro. Because how's Hazard?
Nah, Hazard's like pushing 30, man.
That so that I'm pretty sure name was at 28. So this is the thing. So
he's 28. Shit.
Yeah, this is where decisions need to be made now, and
crunch time.
Exactly, man. He's entering that sort of part of his career where it's like, I have to achieve this now. And another key thing for him is it's always been about the Ballon d'Or. Next season now, we know that Lewandowski is going to go again. But he's not the only person that, for me, that's in this conversation. Of course, it's always like your Neymar and Mbappe. But as we've seen from Lewandowski, you can have a season blind and everyone's like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? All of these Nabries, Sané's, we can't write these guys up because if they have amazing campaigns domestically and in Champions League, if outside of this Messi Ronaldo era, it's open now for me. I don't think it's just based on the two top talents. I think it's based on anyone that has an outstanding season domestically and in Europe. So it will be interesting to see how he pans out his career from here. I do feel for him though, because you thought this was the night. You thought that if there was going to be an opportunity where he announced on the stage that, you know what, this is my reign. You thought it was going to be, especially with the semi-final and the quarterfinal.
I'll be real with you. I thought it was Mbappe. As much as everyone is loving Neymar, I thought it was going to be Mbappe's night to kind of, because we've been saying over the last couple of weeks, like Ronaldo and Messi's reign is coming to an end. I thought Mbappe, the way he's taken the last 2-3 years by storm, winning every trophy he's involved in, the way he tore up the World Cup, Champions League, he came on, did bits in that game where he came back from injury. I thought, yo, it's gonna
this
announce.
is the night.
Then that miss happened, and I said,
it's like,
do you know what this is gonna be? This is gonna be that moment where he learns from this. This is you got to take
young,
something
man.
else in life, because right now his whole career has just been a nice trajectory of just success.
A nice ride where he's
100%.
He's done well, but there's not been anything that's really shaken
Nothing,
him.
absolutely. And this for me is the perfect kind of character builder to take Mbappe to that next level for me.
Yeah.
Neymar, as you said, it's that crunch time stage. But for me, I think if he's smart, he looks at the kid next to him and says, "I've got a world-class talent next to me.
Yeah.
We need to get
we just need
some
a bit more numbers in there.
We need numbers around us, 100%.
But let's talk about Coman, because we know we mentioned that obviously he got the winner.
Yeah.
That's 20 trophies by the age of 24.
Brother.
1 Champions League, 1 Italian Cup, 1 French Cup, Italian Super Cup, French Super Cup, 2 Serie A's, 2 Ligue 1s, 3 German Cups, 3 German Super Cups, 5 Bundesliga.
Bro, this bro was just getting dashed around Europe like.
But he's collecting the medals.
Collecting medals left, right, and center, and then to justify it all today, go and get the winner in the final.
Yeah.
Like Cam was saying, yeah, it's anticlimactic when these kind of players score, but whatever. Listen, you have these moments to kind of make your name, and listen,
he did it, man.
Nothing will ever change that for me right now. And Coman, credit to him, because when I saw the team sheet start, I thought,
it's like, ooh,
brother, if there's a weak link in the attack right there it is. But then obviously he had the luxury of playing against Kerr.
Yeah.
And then, boy, that was a field day. But for me,
you have to remember as well, for him, like, it probably wasn't playing in his mind during the game.
You got to remember as well.
But Son is there now. So, like,
100%.
He might not even be at Bayern next year. Let's be totally real. But
because I knew that was just about what I was going to come on to. Is he also, remember, he is now the backup option for if the Sancho deal don't go through. Guess what? That price has just gone up, lads. I'm sorry. That price for Coman right now is going up. I'm sorry, you're a Champions League, not only a winner, but you actually scored that.
Yeah.
Bro, and if I'm not mistaken, he might have even got man of the match. I don't know. I didn't even check, but bro, I don't know, man. I don't think if United fans are probably now tweeting, "Hey, that Coman ain't so bad, you know." After 2 weeks of listening, but listen, hey, you got to accept what you're given. Sancho might not be happening.
Listen, it's
prepare them well for Manchester videos, bro.
Calvin's still not back, but we mentioned that Champions League in terms of this format since it's come back has been interesting, and there's been some really good performances. But who would you say like standout performers have been since the whole little mini tournament? And then we can quickly go into Europa League because that was interesting in itself, and obviously.
What, like, if we had to pick like an MVP of the Corona? Almost,
yeah.
I'd say Thiago. In all honesty, I think the way Thiago, I think even like what Cam was saying 2 minutes ago, saying it about he's the best midfielder in the world. Like, I think 3 or 4 months ago, had you said that, people would have looked at you sideways, like, huh? Nah, my man plays in the Bundesliga. Nah. He couldn't hack it out of Barca. They'll start giving you all of this. Obviously, the people who know would say he's levels. But listen, for me, he's the one I think has elevated his status the highest during this period. And I think rightly so, because what we've seen from him, proper footballer, like a world-class elite ball player.
Yeah, man. I mean...
Who would you say?
Thiago's up there for me, but I was trying to look for someone that's not been like mentioned too tough and everything, and like someone that actually rarely enough stood out for me again because we're not used to seeing him there, especially at this level. Like Alaba has just been consistent, consistent, and no one will talk about it because it's kind of like, oh yeah, you know, we've got amazing ballers here and there, but this is a guy, right, that for the most of his career played left back, played cam, played in left mid, and left mid. He's playing centre back now. He's winning everything. He's doing interceptions. He just looks at home, comfortable.
Bro, under 6 foot as well. They say, people say they hate short centre backs.
Little talk.
But bro, he's just slotted in so calmly. And similar to like we were saying with Kimmich, like a guy who can play multiple positions and is arguably maybe a top 5 centre back right now and a top 5 left back. Same way Kimmich is a top 5 DM and a top 5 right back. I think Alaba right now is for me one of the best players in the world in the sense of a complete footballer. No matter what you ask of him,
he does a job and he does it at a high level. And this is a player who was rumoured to be available this summer as well. And it's like, what?
It baffles me. It baffles me. Like when I heard rumours of him available for like 70, 80 mil, and then Thiago for 30 mil. I thought, like, well, he's only saying, apparently Alaba's only saying he only wants to talk to Madrid and Barcelona. He don't want to talk to no Premier League teams.
But listen,
which would make sense. But
we can go into Barcelona with the changes that's happened there in a second. But if I'm Barcelona,
why would you want to leave Bayern though? Why would you want to leave? He's a legend there. For me, I think if you're one of them type of players, just see it out, man. You've come through the youth product. You're like a black Austrian, Nigerian, Filipino. We've never seen the likes of Alaba, bro. Like, listen, credit to this man, bro. He's a groundbreaker.
Yeah, I think for him, it comes to that stage where he's done this. He's done that. They've completed everything, and it's not like it's not like a Thomas Muller where you're like kind of like from the ground up, like literally like you're gonna stay there, and it's not like a Lewandowski where it's, you know, I'm trying to go after like a Ballon d'Or or something. For him, it's probably how do I kind of build my personal legacy. And I think for him, if you go and get a La Liga or you go elsewhere and you do something, you start to get that. Because one thing for certain, and people will say, oh, it's cap or whatnot, I don't think he or many players in the Bundesliga get their respect of where they stand in the world because of the Bundesliga. David Alaba, for a long time when he was playing left back, was arguably like top two left backs or the best.
But people would always say Marcelo.
Exactly. And why was that? It's because our Bundesliga, La Liga tax would put it up there. But David Alaba was doing crazy stuff like week in, week out. So maybe for him, when you go to another league and you get to showcase that, now that conversation starts to change.
No, I hear it.
Like
I just think if I was him, I'm just comfortable in that position. I'm one of the best in the world. I get to play multiple positions. I'm challenging on all fronts every year. Yeah. He's probably paid big bucks because he's one of the big dogs. He's a leader in the dressing room. Yeah. I don't see why you would leave a perfect situation for a mess at Barcelona, a young up-and-coming project at Real Madrid, like PSG, who you just battered tonight. Like, I don't know where would seem attractive. Maybe Juve, if you want to go and help Ronaldo chase his final dream. You know what I mean? But they've already got Alexandro there, so it's like, I don't know, man. It depends what you want to do. But just to touch back on the Ballon d'Or thing you were saying earlier as well, there's no other contender except Lewandowski. Let's just get that straight as well.
What, for this year?
Like, even for this year.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. I was saying like, even if Neymar won, Lewandowski still wins it. No matter how
good your next season restart is or whatever, what Lewandowski's done this year for me is he's put Ronaldo, Messi type numbers. Like, immediately when you put them type of numbers up, we always hold you in that little bit of a higher regard. Yeah. And then to add on top of that, we always question, do you know what the one thing he's missing? Them Champions League knockout performances. He's shown them this year. He's shown that. And even though he might have not scored tonight, he was threatening early on. Yeah. He was involved in the team build.
He deserved the goal.
He was always looking he deserved the goal, bro. Yeah. So for me, there is no other contender for the Ballon d'Or this year. I hope he starts off next year firing. So it's just a kind of a given. But boy, I wish the Euros, I'm glad it's kind of been pushed back because obviously Poland's early elimination would have been, you know.
It would have been a bit techie. You know what I mean? Yeah. At least next year it looks a bit...
This year it looks a bit cleaner, you know what I mean? So I'm happy for him, man.
I hear you still. But talk to me about your countryman, man. Coman's got the Barcelona job. Oh, actually, let's quickly go Europa League before we go into the Barcelona thing.
Yeah. Hey,
boy, man,
that was a little entertaining game, I won't lie.
Very, very. They got our dog Lukaku, man.
Hey, they try to get him out of the paint, bro. Bro, that game, actually made me look forward a little bit to Europa League next year as well. I was like, you know what?
It's not a bad tournament, bro. Listen, Sevilla have won.
It's so bad,
how many? You know? I think the reason why people have a misconception about the Europa League is because the early stages you play some fugazi teams, but you got to remember that
once the Champions League dropouts come,
and the real
quality contenders. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Almost every year for the last couple of years, once it gets to kind of the semi-final stage, we've always seen good games, whether it's Arsenal, Atletico, Napoli, whoever's involved. So, but that game anyway, I thought brilliant game. I thought Lukaku, my dog, it was his game.
It was his moment, innit?
It was his moment. And look at that. I swear, United fans are like devils, you know. I said the word Lukaku. Yeah, a man popped up out of nowhere. Like, I'm ready to join back in. Look at these shaitans, bro. I'm telling you, these men are devils. But, bro, it was a Lukaku game from beginning to end in the sense of he scored the goal.
Yep.
Yeah, you came out as soon as you heard Lukaku, innit? As soon as you heard Lukaku.
This guy's a demon, bro. This guy's so demonic.
Yo, so...
we were saying that as soon as you got to Lukaku, you just popped back up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the time could have been better.
My guy now, man.
Oh, you switch modes, yeah. Good. It was a game all about Lukaku. Let's be honest. Like, he scored a goal. He the own goal, obviously, and the big one-on-one chance, which was like, I think the one thing United fans almost killed him about all was
big games.
When that big moment comes in the big games, can Lukaku step up? And with Inter needing that moment for him, and it was almost like this season he deserved it. Broke all the records for Inter.
Did all the hard work. He did all the hard work. He did all the hard work.
Scored in 11 games in a row. What is it? 34 goals for the whole season. Broke Ronaldo's records. Like, Lukaku did everything. He couldn't do no wrong. So when that chance came, you thought, yo, this is just kind of Lukaku's season. He's going to round it off. He's going to laugh at everybody's face. And the fact that he was so humble in the semi-final in the speech, telling
after the United thing, it's like, I love the United youngsters.
I thought, yo, this is a whole new Lukaku. Moment. No and more jeans jokes. No more, hey, we're going to reload that video of him rapping in the studio. Nah, bro. As soon as that chance got missed, as soon as that goal went in,
that was it.
Teams were out.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen,
I didn't like it, but
Man United fans, have said it for a long time about Lukaku. Yeah, Lukaku is a type of player. He'll score you goals. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, Lukaku is gonna score goals. He didn't. Okay, his last season at Man United, he didn't re-score goals.
Struggled. I think the whole team
score goals. But does Lukaku score that goal? Does he? It doesn't ever feel like Lukaku scores that goal, that winner, that moment to take you over the edge. Do you know what I mean? And he had the chance, bro. He had the chance. Like, look, we talk about his big game records. Only one goal in a big game, top 6 game for Manchester United, yeah? Everton, when he played for Everton, he missed a penalty in the semi-finals of the FA Cup against United.
Yeah.
Like, this chance, those are the ones, look, not everyone can be a one-in-one striker. Not even Lewin is, and he's the top best striker in the world.
Yeah.
But those are the moments. We
big
just said
moments call for big players.
We said it about Neymar. We've got to keep the same energy. Those are the moments where you take them over the line. But I'm not even going to bother talking about it.
And you know,
that is not even uncommon. Lukaku at the back post has been a liability always. Fam, strikers, listen, go do your research. Your number 9 stands at the front post. And Percy was brilliant at it. Giroud, Drogba was probably the best I've ever seen at doing it.
Tammy's decent at it.
Lukaku always at the
even
back
Harry Kane,
post.
bro.
Yeah.
No, the number 9 goes, but Lukaku's always at the back post, and I've seen him have howlers at the back post. So that own goal, we can sit there and say that's unlucky. It's not unlucky. That is in Lukaku's arsenal, fam.
You think he was asking for it by being in that position?
He's asking for it. That's not.
I just think when he's one of your bigger guys, he's one of your more powerful headers of the ball. Why wouldn't you have him in the mix? My issue is maybe why he's still sat back there once the ball's been cleared out, type of thing. But you should be up and out of it. You shouldn't be kind of still
squeeze.
Yeah, bro, you should be that.
Because your striker can be a great header of the ball, but your striker would never have the defensive instincts of someone. You don't want your striker marking the centre back, bro. You want your striker to be the free man who's going to bully that ball away and he's going to be off for a counter attack or whatever. You don't want your striker at the back post marking. You don't, bro, because they don't have that. They're not as, you know what I mean?
It's not in their mindset.
It's not golden. It's,
you know,
you don't want that.
Do you know one thing you were saying there as well about, like, is he the guy for the big moments? And do you know he reminds me a little bit of, and it's not even a dig at him, but similar to Higuain, a great goal scorer, a great player. But then how many times has he been in that position in finals with the one-on-ones with the keeper? How many Copa Americas is it? The World Cup, was it? Like, he just does not put that chance away, and it's almost it's a crux against him and his whole career type of thing. And I'm worried it might kind of end up being the same case for Lukaku. The only thing is he's obviously still 26, 27, so he's still got a bit of time on his side.
There's time. But it's similar to the PSG. You've got to break that.
Similar to how we said, like, though, it could be like a defining career for Sterling when we said it. That could also be for Lukaku as well.
Nah,
the only difference is it's a Europa League, so it's a lesser extent. People forget about it if he does something in the Champions League next season or something.
But the thing is, what I'm saying, you're exactly right. And the thing is, what I'm also like, you got to look at it with the game against France in the World Cup. he was non-existent as well. He didn't do well. And then you even look at it, Inter Milan were a Champions League team, bro. They're only here because in the knockout, in the last game when it mattered, Lukaku was like 3 chances.
I remember that. You wouldn't let me forget that.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, just like in basketball, they'll say, I don't know, Paul George, he's great when it comes to the playoffs. It's like, brother, when we need you, where the hell are you? But you're gonna go down as a great player. But it's like, fam, turn up when we need you.
This is the beautiful and amazing thing about football, right? Because one thing you can't take away from Lukaku is numbers, right? And obviously, they used to call Lukaku Baby Drogba. One thing people always translate, this guy's mad, man. One thing they translate Drogba about is the numbers. But you knew in a big moment, boy, there's no disputing. It's going in, and it's funny how football will always, no matter who you are, like depending on what happens, people will put a different lens to look at you. Like, look at the end of Lukaku's career, it's like, oh, you scored loads of goals, but where was your big goal? Drogba, oh, you scored big goals, but why comes you haven't got loads of goals all the time? That's despite winning 2 golden boots. That people still try and slander people, and it's funny how narratives can always change
quickly.
That's why it's hard to get that's why it's hard to get the perfect striker. There's only a few that like really have great goal scoring records and great final big goals. Maybe you got like David Villa, because not even Henry has it.
Samuel Eto'o is one of those few
Eto'o, Villa, because not even Zlatan does. Not even Lewandowski just got his number. He didn't score.
After how long?
You get, there's so many. Not even Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro, and he's a killer. But then I'm talking about in the cup games, by the way.
No, 100%.
That man will win you leagues. Lukaku, he's not on that cloth anyway. He's not cut from that cloth anyway. So there's no point in even mentioning him.
Hey, but listen, what about the masterclass from Banega?
Bro,
what did you lot think of that?
For me, it's
been doing it for a long time.
It's not anything new. Do you get where I'm coming from? It's not anything new to see. Like, if you, again, this is what happens when people don't pay attention to football. It's very similar to what we said about when we were talking about David Alaba and saying that that's one of the best left backs, but people don't acknowledge it. When you look at
Dybala, did you just say?
No, Alaba. When we said Alaba's one of the best left backs.
You said Dybala there.
No, I said David Alaba.
Okay.
I said it went all together. But if you look at Sevilla and you look at their team and look at how they are, and we discussed in the group chat, this is a team where they do well. Some of the key players go, new manager and whatnot. We know that they're still a good team. Like, just because they might be finishing hand La Liga, they football heritage. They are a good team. Especially in this tournament, they know how to deliver.
They've got history, bro.
They've got history, exactly. Same thing we said, PSG may not have the history of getting across land. We know Sevilla know how to get across land in this tournament. This is their tournament. So it doesn't shock me when I see masterclasses or performances like that, because these guys know what to do. And for him, it was like, you know what? I'm about to leave here. I'm about to go to Qatar or Saudi Arabia. I'm leaving on the bang. You get me? I'm gonna do a performance where everyone goes, you know what? Like that was sick. So
he had his chance at Madrid though and flopped.
But again, we talk about this all the time.
Some people have their environment.
Not every player can.
That's good.
What, Banega and Madrid?
Yeah.
Or was it Inter?
It was in Madrid, bro. Let me get that. Look, hold on.
I don't think so, bro.
I'm mixing him up with.
I remember he went Valencia.
Hold on, I'm sure I'm not mixing.
I think you're mixing him up with Fernando Gago.
Yeah, I'm mixing up with Gago.
You're an Inter, bro.
Because I remember he moved to Valencia around them times, and then Atletico he went to. Yeah,
because Gago had the long hair, innit?
Yeah. And that's the thing for me with
Gago's a player, though, man.
He's almost. Hey, listen, him and Higuain, when they come up at the same time, I thought he was going to be the one.
He went to Inter.
Yeah, he went.
But the Inter spell wasn't too. It was. It wasn't.
No, it was.
Bad.
It was a transitional Inter team, so it was.
And he couldn't settle it.
Do well.
But he did alright. He got a few goals in that, but
Banega's almost been like the ultimate football hipster, I would say. So like, if you was a football hipster, you fucking loved Banega. That was one thing I knew, if that makes sense. Like, And I was one of those people for years. I was like, I get it. He's got a great ball on him. He's got great technique. Like, I can see why people are, but he's always. I don't know. There's something about him that I just think is off. That game for me, I was like, wow, you just
everything came together, innit?
Like, everything came together, and I think that, like you said, the fact that he was leaving, he just said, you know what? Let me just show you or something. Because they were saying after the game, yo, why don't he stay on for another year, 2 years, or whatever? He's still got it in his ability. Because he's one of them players. His game don't rely on physical. So age, I don't think is going to slow him down one bit. But Listen.
So are we gonna do are we doing our bubble awards?
Oh yeah. Come, let's do that.
You guys did it, or did you guys?
We did the MVP one.
We did MVP.
So I did. I
Who
said
did you guys have as MVP?
I said Thiago. I think the goal.
I went Alaba.
I'll go Thiago as well. I think Thiago is the best player of this Champions League, in my opinion. This whole people will talk about Lewin because all of his goals, and fair enough to his goals, but nah, not for me. He did destroy Chelsea though, but then the rest, I feel like he was just all right and he nicked some goals. Yeah, I would have had Kimmich. I would have had Kimmich second, to be honest. I think them two were the
stand-up.
Thiago is the sung hero. He is sung a lot.
Yes.
But I think Kimmich was the unsung one. And obviously you got Muller. It's so mad. You can say
there's so many, but that's why I said Alaba.
Muller I would have given, but I felt like today I didn't see the same old Muller. And Muller usually...
Did you see his set though? Did you see his set to Kimmich for the goal?
Yeah.
That bit of quality.
He's one of them, the intangibles.
Yeah.
That's
you can't...
Bro,
like, there's no
basics
for it.
Bro, he'll be screening. You know, the basics.
Yeah, bro, that's it. Bro, I'm telling you.
Nah, Muller is
a credit to them, man. Like, for a team that one thing we said in the group chat, I said, like, they have such a high volume of turnover of players. Like, I think this year they signed like 16 or 15 first-team players or whatever. So it's not like you look at the Sevilla teams that have won the Europa League. None of them are ever the same squads.
Nope.
Somehow they seem to do it. I know they got that sporting director, what is it, Monchi or whatever, who gets all the credit or whatever, but they also have a turnover in manager. So this team drenched in history, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, as a Spurs fan, I look at them with envy, bro.
Who? Sevilla?
Sevilla, yeah. They're like that team just outside it. They know they're never going to break that Barca, Real Madrid duopoly. But they'll get a cup here and there. The Europa League, they've made that their own, and you've got to respect that.
But respect to Julen Lopetegui as well, because I mean he had a torrid few years. A torrid.
It was rough for him. You know.
What I'll say is,
give the backstory. He got sacked right before the World Cup started, after leading the whole Spain qualification.
Yep, got sacked right before.
Because he leaked to the press and said to them, "Yo, man, signing for Madrid when this thing's done. You man."
And then he got to Madrid, and he was awful.
He joined Madrid. Shambles. Zidane had to come back.
They had to grab Solari. Then Solari had him there.
Bro!
And Zidane had to say, I've seen enough.
Zidane was on holiday. They said, how many bags are you I'll come back.
Fam, that's the biggest job in your country and the biggest club job in your country. You
fumbled
about 6 months.
Why you think he was crying, fam? That Europa League, that was tears.
I mean, it meant everything.
That was pain in his heart, fam.
Speaking of redemption as well, that was it Carlos Diego? What's his name? Diego Carlos, the centre back.
Yeah.
The way Lukaku bullied him for that first penalty.
Yeah, fake news show.
Brother.
Fake
I
news show.
was watching that. I was like, yo, what is he doing? Why is he getting bullied like this? But then the bicycle kick, brother.
Mazzoline.
Hey,
Mazzoline.
You got to hold your hands up and say, brother.
I respect it.
Centre-back, I respect
it.
Imagine Maguire doing that.
Hey, listen, his head is too heavy. The shit would just slap.
He would have broke the ground.
Do you want to touch Maguire?
Yeah.
Let's touch on that.
With Maguire, yeah. Listen.
This man out here punching up policemen.
There's a lot of people that are calling for Maguire captaincy, strip him and stuff. Listen, that's just ridiculous. Like, in all honesty, from what you can only go with what they're saying. He had a situation where people were provoking him. He had a fight. Feds tried to nick him. He arrested it. Punched up a few feds. Listen, he's living my life. I wish I could have done that, mate. Punch up a few feds. Punch up a few man. Calm, fam. Big man. People are like, oh. Listen, should I tell you about Man United's history, mate? George Best nicked numerous times. Roy Keane nicked numerous times. Flipping Rooney. Mate, my club captain fly kicked a fan in the middle of the game.
They would be proud.
Listen,
I'm telling you, when Roy Keane heard this, he said that's the first moment he's real United.
All I can say is
Roy Keane, like, oh, strip him.
Roy Keane was beefing the IRA, bruv.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Roy Keane was beefing that. Then they go to the airport and they had the strap saying that, listen, you can't get aboard the plane, bro.
From what I heard, it was all
lives around Man United players. I'm telling you now, this is nothing new, fam. This is nothing.
That's so mad though, yeah. How word got round so quick from a little Greek island.
Yeah.
Bruv, man heard that the same, like 10 minutes after he got arrested. Man was seeing footage. I was like, what is going on, bruv? This can't be real. But, bro, I heard it was all in the name of self-defense. I heard his sister was involved, getting yanked about as well.
No. Apparently,
Is that
bogus?
Apparently, his sister got poked after the event.
Oh,
but obviously, we hope she gets better than that. No one should be getting.
Hey, listen, man, anyone that's riding for his family and riding for himself, respect.
In all honesty, he was probably mad drunk, and the real story is he was probably mad drunk, got in a situation, had a fight. The Man United PR team are going to clean it up.
Overtime. The United PR team is probably as good as OJ Simpson's PR team, to be fair. That the overtime that these men do, to make everything look nice and neat. Like, fam, they're still pushing the Bruno PR. Man saying, "Our player of the month." Bro, the season's done. We don't care anymore. You're telling us about, fam, the season starts in 2 weeks. You're telling us player of the month in August.
You know what my new favorite thing is, I beg you seen Paul Pogba's new video of his trim. Have you heard his fucking London accent?
No, it's like up North American accent, isn't it?
His British accent, is my favorite thing I've heard this week.
No, I don't know what's funnier, his accent or Mbappe's accent. Mbappe's got.
I didn't even know you could speak English that well.
Mbappe, he spoke bare times.
Yeah, but it's like a French American accent. Man's talking like he's from Seattle or something, bro. So
what's your biggest takeaway then from this season and stuff? Obviously, the season's over now. This is our last proper episode.
I was gonna say, with everything that's going on at Chelsea, with the Chilwell signing imminent, one thing I've realized is the 50 mil. I can't be mad at it. If it was 80 mil, I would have come in here losing my rag. Like, does he improve us at left back? Yes, he does. Is he a good left back? Yes. Do I have my worries? Of course, because anytime I see him in a big game, I've seen man get spun like a Beyblade. Like we can't run away from that. I've seen
like the new Alonso,
I've seen Chilwell get spun, but this is the thing: Alonso doesn't want to defend. Chilwell wants to defend, but I've seen him get spun. But this is the thing, or like I've said a few times with the Lampard thing, right? All of those excuses from last season are not there anymore. So if he's signing this guy and he wants to back him, you know what? Cool. We'll see what the manager's about. Because if it goes wrong, it's on you. Because you had that clean slate and this is who you chose. Like, of course, I would have loved to have Alaba, but he's not going to come and join a Chelsea team that are not achieving what Bayern are achieving. But let's see in it. 50 mil.
You never know, man. You never know. A lot of people want new challenges, man. And them Bayern boys, they've done what they needed to do.
No, Alaba's come. I think Alaba's come out and said,
especially after you win the Champions League, I think a lot of people sit back and reassess, bro. This is a second treble, bro. Yeah.
Listen, I always said it. I said it when it first came out. I said, listen, come to the bridge. Come, you're Nigerian. There's heritage, Babayaro. You know them ones there, bro.
Man said Babayaro.
Ones there, but
listen, that thief, bro.
But yeah, I think with Chelsea season going forward, there's a lot to look forward to. I mean, it's nothing like what Bayern did when they rejuvenated their wingers, but it's something. It's definitely something.
Yeah.
And we'll see how you all piece it together because it's an inexperienced manager signing a lot of players into the first team and trying to put. This isn't like Saturday League or on a Sunday where you can just get like bare lean man and make a new team from scratch. Like there's got to be something there. And with the Thiago Silva stuff, that one's interesting as well because we do need leadership in that team. I just don't know how many games he's going to be able to play. I mean, I saw him at times today.
Brother, if you lot get a 35-year-old Thiago Silva and try to rinse him week in, week out in the Premier League,
it's not going to happen.
A one-year deal for Thiago, I think is.
I think it's a good. It's a good one.
But it's about how many games he plays. That's what I'm saying because I don't think
better play in the back three as well.
Exactly, because he's going to need a lot of pace to cover for him.
You've watched Kimpembe over the last year or so. One of the reasons why he's improved is because he's covering his arse a lot.
You heard what?
Zuma can cover for him, like Kimpembe does, right?
What you think? One last stitch tackle means what? Zuma's good again. I got him, man.
It's not all that. The Chelsea fans were saying, "I don't know ball." So
no, Zuma's good.
Zuma and Thiago ain't that.
Let's be real though. Like with Zuma, can Zuma learn from Thiago? I think so. I think that Kimpembe's got progressively better under Thiago Silva. Is that a lie?
Realize this.
Is that a lie? Fuad, am I lying?
Amazing. Are you gonna lie to yourself now?
Am I?
You're gonna look at us and try convince us that Zuma's good enough for your team now. Listen.
I've got nothing
Let's
left.
move on. What's your thoughts on United season?
I've got nothing left, man. But nah, I'll be real. I don't think Kai Havertz will happen. You know,
Kai Havertz.
I'm getting cold feet about it. You know when things take too long, like I saw something about the asking price going down. I've seen something about it's going to be completed in a few days.
I think it will happen in the end because I think Roman will always get his way.
Of course, and I don't think he's going to leave. He wants to leave, but I don't think anyone. I don't think they're going to want to pay the asking price.
There's no one else willing to pay though. I'll be real with you, and I think Leverkusen will cave in the end because Havertz has said the day after they finish the Europa League, I'm ready to go. So if this move starts to slow down towards the tail end of the window, because when's the window closing? What, October?
October. Listen.
Yeah. So the season.
October's
will
well into the season,
and trust me, that's what will happen. Once the season starts and certain men lose a game or two here and there, you will start seeing a lot more movement. The teams like United,
Sancho's coming in the last day of the season, and he's coming for like 120 million.
Once the season starts, you'll see real movements. Because right now, it's just going to be a continuation of last year. That's how I see it for Spurs anyway. It's like we've only really added Højbjerg, which is addressing one good position, if I'm honest, an important position. I think it's a smart signing we made. But other than that, I still haven't seen enough. I still ain't seen enough outgoings. I still ain't seen no right back brought in.
No, but Sessegnon started the friendly.
Yeah, he started left wing.
Oh, I thought he started
left wing. No. Right back. No, we had Gedson Fernandes playing right back. Like we're experimenting on a whole new level, bro. Like basically our right back options are Sergio Aurier, Tanganga, and then Gedson and Musa Sissoko as the backups. But bro, we need a fullback desperately before this season starts. And what is it? We've got 2 weeks left. I think for me, this is Jose's season kind of where I'm really, really going to judge him as the Tottenham manager and see what he does and how he takes his team forward. Because I think he's kind of had the long pre-season of last year to kind of get the kinks out, get your mentality through. You've had the Amazon documentary squad. They're now going to be gone, so you're clear to go. That drops in, what is it, a week as well. But, bro, for me, in all honesty, I think next season it's going to be the battle of trying to get back in the top four. I don't see us comfortably being in the top four. We're on the outside looking in still.
But
I haven't seen anything. It is a good fight, in all honesty. I don't think we'll be worse off than we were this year. Because I think this year we had some real fucking low points. Whether that be in Europe, in the league, at home, like our clean sheets record. We've had so many low points. It will be hard to replicate that. And if we did that this year and finished, 6th, I think it will be a better season next year. But whether it will be guarantee us top 4, I don't think so.
I think Europa is going to be really interesting for you guys as well.
Definitely. I think Europa is going to play a big, big factor for us next year. And one of the main reasons I'm actually glad in having Jose in is he's going to take this shit serious.
Yeah.
And that's going to be from the group stage. So I'm hoping he can deliver a trophy in some capacity.
Because let's be real.
I'll take, like, Inter are on a fucking 10-year drought. Like, we're on a 12-year whatever it is. Like, and that was the League Cup. Before there was, 91 FA Cup. Brother, just give us something. We're dying a first out here.
No, because let's be real. You're saying that top 4 is going to be a battle. But we've seen that most of the English teams that go into Europa can at least get to the quarterfinal. At least get to the quarterfinal. So from the quarterfinal, you've only got a few games left, and that's automatic Champions League qualification.
Right.
I think that Spurs should be taking that tournament very seriously.
Very, very seriously.
Seen the quality of
I just hope
some
quality fucking teams don't drop out from the Champions League. That's my only fear. I want similar to PSG this year. I want a nice, easy path to the final.
Don't worry, we'll be joining you guys soon anyway.
Hey, listen, we saying Rashford coming with the crashes again.
Bro, you guys back in the Europa, fam, where we belong.
Brother, there would be nothing more poetic than meeting United in the final and Jose getting one over there. And then going,
your dreams, man.
Fucking snatched it from these cunts.
What are you telling us about United, man? What's the update? How are you feeling for the next few weeks? Dean Henderson back. At the moment, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't even know what's going to happen with Dean Henderson, to be honest. So I can't really even speak on that. I know he's going to sign a new contract, but does that mean he's going to sign a new contract and stay, or is he going to? Because Romero's still here.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he's going to go on loan probably. I think Dean Henderson will go on loan to a different team. I reckon Sheffield are probably just thinking we can't keep leaving it season after season with him.
Ramsdale ain't a bad option as well.
So I think he's probably going to go on loan to a different team maybe. But with United, there's nothing for me to be excited about. Nothing at all. I'm seeing Chelsea do their business. I'm seeing Arsenal do good business. I'm seeing City have signed a few, and City are still going to do their thing. Liverpool are caught in Thiago. Now the Champions League's over. They're probably going to grab him. So I'm seeing all these rivals do things, and I'm seeing Man United struggle to get Sancho. Don't know what's going to happen with that anymore. Cooling off interest in Grealish. Haven't heard Van der Beek news in 20 years. We're getting linked with guys like David Brooks. We're getting linked with
Gabriel Magalhaes.
He's gone to
No,
Arsenal.
he's done Arsenal.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Him and Saliba, yeah. Him and Saliba.
We're getting linked with guys like David Brooks, Douglas Costa. Like, come on. Josh King. Is that meant to excite me in any way? I think we're going to get any closer to where we need to be. So all these fans who are saying they're positive, they're confident. Listen, I'm saying it. I keep saying it. New manager, new CEO, and about 6 players, fam. If not, then this next season's a write-off, man. Just forget about next season. Next season, again, is another, can we scrape top 4 again? In my opinion. Remember, if you go back...
Basically, it'll be a replica of the last 2 seasons.
How many weeks ago, I was saying to you, lot, this is our biggest window since Ferguson. I was thinking, this is the closest we have been to looking like maybe we can go that way. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it's already shambles, fam. It's already a shambles. Like, do you know how mad it is, that Manchester United are not even linked to players? That's how you know it's peak, fam. You know,
bro. So basically, you're saying it will be a replica of the last 2 seasons, where you're kind of battling for 4th, and then guaranteed you lot will have like a 15-16 patch game in there where you lot play some football and win some games, and United fans are like, "Yo, we're back, we're back,
bro." Listen,
MMG.
Listen, they're the only things that are keeping me wanting to watch Manchester United. You know what I mean, bro? And we're going into Champions League next season. The players on our team and our manager is not good enough for that level.
I can't wait to watch that.
And you know what it is? And you know what it is? Is like, as I said, we're going into our most important window. And the last time we had something remotely similar, United followed up on Jose's. When we finished 2nd that season, I wasn't confident. But to be honest, you've got to get him his signings. We signed Fred, we signed Delo, and we signed Lee Grant. That's Man United's summer. Obviously, Jose went, flopped. Then last summer, if you guys remember, there's even videos on Stoppage Time on our Instagram. I said, this is one of the worst windows I've ever seen, mate. We signed Wan-Bissaka, Daniel James, and Maguire. That was not suffice. That was not suffice, bro. It would never suffice to me.
Hey, do you know how fixed you have to be to say that was not suffice?
Bro, now
man turned into scriptures.
now we go again, bro. And again, like, I don't know where United fans get this confidence that things are going to be great. And they call me negative, they call me whatever, but I'm just a realist, fam. There's nothing I see in Manchester United that makes me think this club is going places. Absolutely nothing. Can I say the manager's top class, world class, like Liverpool fans can? No. Can I say the squad is great, like City fans can? No. Can I say, our CEO are patterning the club like Bayern Munich can? No. Like, there's nothing I can look at to make me think this club is going places, bro. And next season, the way it's looking, bro, the season starts in 19 days. I think it is. 18
like 2 weeks.
We've not made a signing. We scraped top 4, you know. We scraped it. And the team that we nicked it from on the final day. That's how we got top 4. Oh, Jesus.
I think what's more worrying for me is, I mean, like, there was not much in it, but United finished their season a little bit later, having played Europa. So what your guys essentially have maybe 10 days holiday, come back.
We don't start on this. We start on the 19th.
You start the week, but it's like the holiday is going to be short. You come back into it. One of the key things you mentioned is this sort of form you had was built on momentum and Bruno coming in and things like that.
That momentum is gone.
It's gone. That momentum is gone now. So what we're going to see is we're going to have to see managers and players step into the light. We're going to see who can coach and who can affect games during games. We're going to see what happens in the 60th minute when Greenwood, as a youngster, is not able to do what he does, and you have to make substitutions. And okay, am I going to bring Fred on to affect the game? We're going to see certain things where I don't think a lot of United fans are going to like it. I have to be real with you. I don't think they're going to like it.
It's concerning. Listen, I kept saying, unless Man United sign 4 to 5 very, very good players to help Ole through, because I said he's not a great coach, then we're doomed. And we're not. It doesn't look like we're going to do that. I'm telling you, I think at max we're going to sign one player that actually starts for Man United. One. That's what my opinion. And that might be Sancho on like deadline day or something.
And
like
you lot will just pin all your hopes on him.
And the thing is, you put 120 mil up, and he'll come.
Exactly.
And knowing United, he will burn out. He will burn out after a few games. And then people start saying, "Oh, it's because
nah, bro. If Sancho comes in, ooh, listen,
it doesn't change shit. If Sancho comes in, it doesn't change nothing.
Wan-Bissaka can stay defending. Don't worry, he can stay there. Sancho will take care of it.
If people think Sancho is the difference between Manchester United and a third,
here's what you do: Sancho and Depay.
Yeah, that's not happening though, is it? So it's not happening. So this is what I'm like, like this stuff is frustrating, bro. It's frustrating to see, and that's why I'm not surprised at what's happening though. That's the thing. But it's just, even though you're not surprised, it's
still annoying. It's still annoying.
Yeah.
These guys have the audacity to still be doing the same thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, you man are actually live or still doing. You're not.
Listen, no, I hear you, because like what Chelsea have 2 weeks to find a goalkeeper, which is scary.
It's scary, bro. It's scary.
We have 2 weeks to find a goalkeeper.
Bro, I don't think
that's proper. That's really scary.
Bro, Dean Henderson, I'm telling you.
Because deep it, like, how many times has by all accounts Chelsea said, you know what, Kepa won't be the goalkeeper.
Listen, man,
that's fine.
Joe Hart was there. What's
your thoughts on that? Because there was a lot of fans that were saying stuff. I think it's concerning.
Spurs fans, yeah. Do you know one thing I've clocked about this fan base since like signing up to Twitter and shit? That you can never satisfy them, no matter what you do. Højbjerg came in and they were screaming, "Why didn't we sign Partey? If Arsenal can bid for Partey, we should be bidding for Partey." Relax yourselves. You're in the Europa League. Like they were wondering why we weren't signing Ndidi. It's like, bro, Højbjerg is a good player. But even with Joe Hart, like, I'm sorry, the man's coming in to be a backup goalkeeper. Do you know how much he's getting? 27 grand a week. Like,
is that all he's getting?
Bro, that's all he's getting. He's coming.
Joe Hart.
Joe Hart's a great signing.
Bro.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I'm shocked that he's on 27k.
England international, 2-time Premier League winner.
4 golden gloves.
4 golden gloves. Brother, like, this man has got so much experience, leadership. Why would I be angry with that? And the fact that he's come in and said, you know what? I'm not looking to be the starting guy. I'm just want to be part of a team that's progressing, and I want to be a part of this. I'm like, bro, this is perfect for us. This is perfect for us.
Outrage culture is ruining everything.
People just love to shout out about shit.
Vorm just left the club.
Vorm was only double the.
What is people's problem?
No, but 27k is peanuts.
Listen, Vorm
I'm
was
sure
double the amount.
Parrott probably gets more than Joe Hart.
FA Cup this year. He lost us Norwich. It was because of that prick. Bro. Was on double his wages, bro.
Vorm was a good servant.
Vorm, man. That guy, was a starting lineup keeper in the Premier League at Swansea, yeah, and chose to fucking take a backseat role in his own career. He fucked his own shit up. Then he chose to retire. Then came out of retirement to go and get us dubbed at the FA Cup. Go and fuck off back to retirement, bro. Joe Hart, welcome back in, son.
That's harsh.
I will take Joe Hart over Vorm all day.
I was listening to Vorm. I was listening to the Spurs players talk about Vorm. They love him in there, mate.
Of course they do. He was the Uno. He was part of the Uno gang, bruv.
He was Dele's mentor. And
hey, what are you saying? What?
Dele's mentor.
Joe Hart coming with the Rob Green effect here. You man are gonna win a trophy and he's gonna lift it.
Hey, respect Joe Hart, please. Man said Rob Green.
It's proven. Rob Green came in and we won trophy, bro.
Hey.
Fam, he lifted the trophy. Come on.
What do you lot think of the Joe Hart signing, though?
No, I like it. I think I was saying that.
Nothing to comment about that. It's normal.
For me, it's a no-brainer. It's like, if you look at it here, there's not many winners. Well, within the UK anyway, within like UK competitions in your change room, there's not many. Right. Yeah, people have won like a league on or this and that. It's not the same. They haven't got experience of winning, and like they haven't got that craft. They don't understand it. They haven't seen it. And the thing with Joe Hart is like, yeah, he had his fall off and whatnot, but this is a guy that kind of epitomizes where Spurs is. He started his career low. He got to the top. He fell off a bit, and he's trying to get back to a decent place again.
Where did he start off? Shrewsbury.
Yeah. Brother, so him and Spurs go hand in hand. They're on the same journey. For me, it's a no-brainer. I think people are so
tapped, bro. I'm looking at Neymar upload a picture. It's an edited picture of him crying, and he fought the good fight, finished the race, kept the faith. 2 Timothy 4:7. But it's like, why do you guys footballers are so funny, man?
I need to see that. This fucking sim.
At least he knows the Bible, the scripture, man. I know.
The picture looks like it was from the footballist, fam. Like, it dropped a bit of it.
Hey, hold tight, the footballist still.
Hey, quality.
But no, I think it's a good signing. But I don't think there's much else to touch on.
Let me say something quickly.
Go on.
Because I don't like all these people. They don't like to listen. Let me go back to that Kimmich point. Yeah. Because I know people are dumb. I don't like dumb people.
Hey, God, tell him.
Listen, Kimmich, yeah, and Philip Lahm. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Kimmich and Philip Lahm. Lahm is more consistent and is the greater player because Lahm has done it all, right? Didn't win the Euros, but he's done it all. But for me, Kimmich has the potential to become the better player. I think Kimmich, as an all-round football player, what he can do, capabilities with the ball, is a better player. But to become a greater player, Kimmich needs to obviously be more consistent and needs to win some trophies. Because people will mention that Lahm played DM as well for Pep. That was a failed experiment, in my opinion, because when it comes to the Champions League, Lahm was getting overrun and getting smashed in the Champions League for Bayern. But Kimmich plays that, and for me, Kimmich plays the DM role at a higher level than Lahm did. And I think at the right back role, whatever, right back, left back, they both can do both. Lahm was sensational, and one thing
I think Lahm left back probably has a little bit more, I would say.
Yeah. No, Lahm left back was different. That was where he was really, really, really good.
That was amazing stuff.
Yeah, but for me, the potential to go on and be that level, just like how I mentioned Neuer and Kahn. Neuer had the potential to be better, but we had to wait and see it. Now you can probably say he is better, and that's how I see. What's my man's name? That's how I see Kimmich.
Kimmich and Lahm.
Just the same way Kroos came after Schweinsteiger. People would probably same way.
Bro, facts.
Listen,
I always used to think. I think
you're even just like you've oversimplified it, but the realest thing is,
people are stupid.
Hey, you ain't got to rake my ears while you simplify.
We're doing so
well. Hey, big man.
Me.
I'm out.
Listen, he's 25 years old. He is 25 years old. He still has another good 8, 9, 10 years. Like, let's see how it all unfolds. Like, the guy's a player. That you can't take that away from him. That's facts. That's gospel.
And it's true what he's saying. Like, if we're talking like from an attribute aspect, like
as a footballer,
I can definitely hear that argument for what Kimmich brings. Like going forward, I don't think Lahm offered as much as Kimmich going forward, if that makes sense. Defensively, second to none. Like tactically, mentally, like the things he had there. I probably would say Lahm is still up on those.
But attacking, passing range, that sort of stuff.
And it's that advantage of maybe it's because he's played in the midfield and kind of has come to this right back position.
And the generation as well. The generation of how those positions play now as well. I think
absolutely.
When Lahm, it was a different
things have moved on. But for me, I can definitely hear that and I second that. I think given time, I think Kimmich can definitely surpass Lahm. But it's just a case of can he actually do it?
It's not an easy thing.
Facts, bro. Because one of the things Lahm is always credit on as well is his international performances as well. And I think almost every international tournament you look at Germany, he was arguably one of the players of the tournament, bro. Yeah.
Stand-up performer.
Don't do that. What are you talking about? When he was playing next to Metzelder and these howlers.
I'm just saying Torres picked him and scored in the Euro.
Don't do that, because I love Prime Torres, but I'll start ripping him a new one.
All right, listen, I'm just saying. But listen, nobody can try to say that I'm excited. I'm hearing people talk about Greenwood might break Alan Shearer's record. Can you guys chill out and wait and see what happens? So if people try and say that this is too far, you guys better go back.
The only thing, they will come for you on the Neymar thing, though, because last week you were saying he's second best player in the world.
He still is.
Second best player in the world, should be Champions League final, should be dragging his team through. But
is it okay? So where was the best player in the world? He lost
Messi.
The same thing.
Now the Messi fanboys are going to come after you as well. Hey, it's a wrap.
If they think one game, then that's them. Why? Where was the best two players in the world then? Why weren't they in the?
It's peak for PSG, man.
The game is the game.
Man, I'm going to cry tonight.
Real talk.
Cry hard.
Joy cometh in the morning.
Learn
Listen,
from the pain, bruv.
we won't be gone for too long. Listen, Instagram stuff will be going on there.
Back in the studio next time, bro.
Real talk. I'll be honest, I don't think we're covering the Community Shield. We'll cover it on Instagram.
What? Community? What?
Community
to cover, yeah.
We ain't covering the Community Shield. We'll be back shortly. Make sure you're subscribed to all the personals. Make sure you subscribe to Stoppage Time TV. Make sure you
share with your homies,
notifications on the 360 YouTube. Share with all of your friends. Listen, I'm saying this now and I'll say it clearly. Listen, next season, we ain't playing with you niggas. Like, I'm being so rude.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga.
We ain't because like this whole time we weren't in studio, we took it light. We were putting stuff in, but we took it light.
Still eating though. Still eating and feeding.
When we go back to the studio, we're on your necks. That's all I have to say. And I'll say it in this calm voice, so you know that I'm serious. You get me? That all of you people that think you can pipe up and say 1-2 side comments about our small podcast, it's fine. Don't worry. September, you'll see. Wait.
Everything is notified. Don't worry.
I said, send location. Call me. But listen, man.
Going out like Dylan and White, fam. You know, like
listen, maximum violence. Listen, I don't want to talk about that. I'm still sad about that. Listen, man, in a bit, man. That's another episode. We're out.
Easy.
Come on.